right. Many of you know me, some don't, so very quickly. My name's Michael. I've been in HEMA since 2019. I've studied from mainly the German pretext and this book. This book is a guide on all the masters that we have so far from Scottish broadsword history. In this book, they name 9 different masters, with the sources varying extensively, from a poster on a wall to several books. My job today is to give you the very basics so that you can go on your own and dictate a master, basically. This book and many of the descriptions of a broadsword vary heavily. To practice, they use something called a single stick. It is a stick with a basket-like object. Traditionally, they will weave. Right now, they're dog toys. Man's invention. They use these to practice for a broadsword. Broadswords varied heavily in history. This is also a broadsword, by definition.
That broadsword?
But is it a deuce?
No.
How's the broadsword in the room with us right now?
Yeah.
With a real broadsword, please say.
Any double-edged with a basket hilt, whether it be curved or not, that's not really a basket. However, it can work. It's kind of like the deuce-sack. The single stick is kind of like the deuce-sack. To give you pretext into my workshop specifically, I look at mostly 3 masters. One is Thomas Page. Another is Donald McBain. And the final is Henry Anglo. What is it? Angelo? I don't know. They're all from different time periods. Page is the old, McBain is the kind of middle ground, and Henry is the regiment system. So to start this, does everyone have a stick, weapon, a complex hilt? If not, go grab one, then line up on the blue line.
Oh, I'm not doing that. No?
That one.
Alright.
One line? That one?
That one.
This, oh, I was there already.
I have one right here, if someone needs it. Okay, everybody's got one. Now place it behind you. We don't need it for this first half. I separated this into 3 different topics. The first one is our favorite, footwork. In these, I have stances 0 to 5. They have stances 1 to 5. I include 0 because for some reason, it is there. They just don't name it. So this is the starting stance. Your feet will be together. Your offhand on your hip, and your sword kind of like this. We don't have a sword, doesn't matter. The first stance is called the shift. Very easy. You will turn your off leg 90 degrees. You will squat. This is the shift. The shift is all right if you end up like here. Heel to heel or toe to heel. This is the shift. Now, the way to describe this is by your own shoe length. So the way I'm going to describe it is by look at your toe. Now place your heel right in front of that. Keep squatted a little. This is your narrow stance or your on guard stance. The stance that we fight from almost 100% of the time. The third stance is the lunge. Their lunge is very grounded. Imagine you're walking on mud. You will push off with your back leg with a step. Do not stomp like I did, that's a bad habit. And do not pass your shin in front of your foot. Rather, it should be pretty straight up and down. This is your lunge. You will be full extension. These first three stances stem from Henry Angelo's work. The next two are from the old masters like Thomas Page and Donald McBain. These are involved with the traverse, which we will learn shortly. But I will give you the stances right now. The first stance, if we get in our narrow stance, I want you to take a step about 1.5 feet of your shoe to your right, and then turn your rear foot into a 45-degree angle. This is the wide stance. Say this line is my opponent. I have done this. This is my wide stance. Now, if I take that foot all the way back to where I am now square, guess what this is? Square stance. Those are all the stances that they list. So now footwork. The first two that are important above all else, no matter what system, is your advance and your retreat. If we stand in our narrow stance, keeping a perfect 90, you will first take a step of a shoe length towards your opponent and then gather. Not sliding your foot and not stomping your foot, rather just a simple step, gather, step, and gather. Do that all the way to the blue line. Awesome. Now in retreat, it is very similar to all other systems. Again, you step back with your back foot, gather with your front foot. Awesome. Now, we are going to partner up. We are going to get leather gloves, very light gloves, and we are going to partner up and face each other. Devin, you can just take off one of those gloves. You know what we're playing. Oh! If you have 2 gloves, please share.
We're not wearing them.
We're not wearing them, we are holding them.
Chris, right? Andre.
We're not wearing them, we are holding them. Like he said. See? On. Straight away. Now partner up nice and good. Please take a step out here so we do not run over our equipment. All right. Take a step more out.
Yes, sir.
This is a game. Now, if you are on a line, great. If you are not, imagine a line between you and your opponent and stand in your narrow stance.
Sorry, it's all your line provided for us. Why not?
Awesome. Now, keeping your perfect 90, I want to talk about the 3 zones. You're facing your opponent in the zone you're most comfortable hitting them. This is your in-distance zone. If you take a step backwards from your opponent, you are now out of distance. It takes more than 1 step or 1 lunge to reach your opponent. If you take a step in from in-distance, you are now in close distance, or what they like to call sword distance. You're not blocked very well, but you can chop at each other. Now, keeping these distances in mind, we're going to play a game of glove game. If you don't know what this is, we're going to keep it strictly with linear footwork, and we're going to try to use our lunge to hit each other.
I've been laughing.
right? If you make this unfun for your friend, I will hit you with the stick. Alright? This is fun. Not killing each other. This is going to be fun. Alright, stand in your narrow stance. Ready? Start.
Oh, really? What are we doing?
Glove game. I literally just said it.
What is glove game? Explain glove game.
I did, but you weren't listening because you were fucking talking. You are going
So
to
this is where that one stance. That's where that one stance, the shiv comes in.
Shift, yes.
The shift. So what happens is a lot of times, especially in British military, they draw their leg back to slip it. So if you're coming at me and you do a lunge, I can do that, and that makes me able to come right back at you.
Focus on the event. Just instead of the shift, just
Okay, I can do that.
just keep it very simple.
advance and retreat.
Afraid I'm gonna trip over the stuff line.
You're close.
Yeah.
Oh, good whip.
The next portion is the traverse. This is a circular footwork. If my opponent is in front of me, I am a gladiator in a bar. I'm not just going to go forward and backwards. How do I go sideways? In the traverse, if you are going to your left, you step out with your left foot into your wide stance, and then follow back up into your narrow stance. If you are going to your right, you will step with your right foot into your wide stance, follow with your rear leg into your narrow stance. Anybody can do that right now. Grab a space in which you can circle everything.
Probably over here somewhere.
Yeah, how about we'll provide it?
First, I want you to pick one person, and that person will stand still while the other traverses.
Give me a spin.
Spin 1 or 2 times, switch 1 or 2 times, okay?
I think your back kind of hurts. You want to stay real square.
Y'all done that once or twice now.
Yes.
Now we're going to play a glove game.
Oh.
Get a space that is sufficient for you to circle, advance, and retreat. And we will stack all of our footworks together, playing the glove game. All right. Are we ready? Go!
Watch the floor.
Oh, okay, I saw Queen City there. Oh, was it?
Awesome! You guys are doing great. Now that you're familiar with footwork, let's pick up the sword.
Or stick.
We are playing with our sticks, that's the objective. All right, we are now going to introduce the guards. Let us stand in our narrow stance. Some of these guards are kind of complicated. If you have trouble at any point, ask. All right? Our first guard, well, our first two, we go together. If we have our stick out straight and we aim our basket to the inside of us with our point towards our opponent, this is our inside guard. If we keep our point straight and turn our basket outside, this is our outside guard. You'll notice with these guards that the objective that we're trying to have when standing in a guard shows itself. We're making an X between us. It's pretty visible.
Facing the other way.
Stop playing. Pretty visible. The next guard is a very specific guard. It is a half circle guard. It's kind of weird. It is a basket low hanging guard, right? So the way I like to teach this is if we're in an outside guard, we're going to scoop up with our basket so our point's at the floor. We're not hanging, but we're scooping to this kind of crooked position. If you've done military saber or some spadroon of the sort, you may recognize this guard as spadroon guard. Exactly. From this guard, I would like you to turn this way. This is our outside half hanger. We turn it to the inside. It's an inside half hanger. Now everybody's favorite guard, St. George's guard. Pretty simple. My favorite guard, the middle guard of Henry Angle. Your arm is completely straight, and so is your sword. Situational. Now, we all know the 7 cuts, I presume, everybody. They only go to 7, there is no 8. So we're going to practice a plain parrying drill. Countering our number 1 cut, inside guard. Number 2, outside. Number 3, half circle. Number 4, outside hanger. 5 and 6 are the 2 hangers. And 7 is our St. George. So we are going to glove up or masking gloves, but we're going to take this slow. Pair up, metal to metal, stick to stick.
You're not wearing a mask.
I'm reading with this off right now, but if you want to put yours on, go ahead. Alright, you want to go first?
As you guys have figured out, one will cut, one will guard.
That's okay, but let's see. Almost. Yeah.
Now we're going to come hanging.
Well, I think you use a lot to motivate people or to maybe follow something out. So I don't think this is really hard. A lot of times I just but it works. It's good. Here we go. Try again.
Okay. Now that you are somewhat familiar, I would like you to line up on that blue line.
Another line.
I would recommend master this one. Speed up. Oh. These guys.
He hires for our good looks. Wait a minute. Did you hire for our good looks?
Stay in your chair. Just one person will be on the blue line, the other person in front. Yeah. Go ahead. Alright. The person on the blue line will be attacking and advancing each cut. The person not on the blue line will be defending and retreating with each cut. You will run from blue line to blue line. 4 or 5. Alright. Ready? Begin.
Good. Good job. All right. There we go. All right, good.
All right. Now we get to move on.
Do that one again.
Our last topic. The splits. There are 3 definitive slips. The hand slip, the body slip, and the leg slip. Pretty simple. If your opponent is out of range while putting, you can perform. Your opponent, this finicky, is very shallow. Taking the body slip. If your opponent goes down the leg, every response after you slip is a cut 7. Pretty simple. Right? So those who play here, I want you to work this into your playing pairing. Those without leg gear, you will only work the hand and stomach slip. Oh. Those with leg gear will have the leg slip. They want attacking. You gotta choose to go to the leg. Not do it very fast, not do it fast. Otherwise, the person defending you will choose whether they hand slip or body slip. Anybody confused? Okay. Last up. Identify if they have leg gear. They do not hit them in the leg. Ready? Go. Do it. Right? Don't do it often. Get into playing very.
So that one, I'll tell you this. Hands combined. So you can pull your arm back and then straight back. That's easy to have happen.
And you're playing carry. You are doing your playing carry. Cutting one of the sets. You're playing carry.
Oh yeah, there you go. That was it. There you go. That's okay. We got the bump. Sure are.
But you can't hold it. There's like cuts.
You are comfortable, you can stop. Okay.
Hey everybody, so the audio got a little bit scuffed here from people in the background, but it's here that I explain what we're doing next, which is called the Donald McBain Challenge. And to explain the challenge, I explain the story that is based off of. And Donald McBain, when he was in the British military, wrote about a night where he fought 7 people. And I'm gonna read the story to you from the book to kind of explain it. Now, be wary, I can't read very well. I only just recently passed high school. They continued their cannon firing upon us till the next day. Then they stripped our wives and sent them to us. Many of us would rather they had kept them. The French, finding themselves at a loss, retired without the reach of our shot. Then were we peaceable in our camp. Having all taken that I had and my wife stripped, I went to my captain and borrowed 8 crowns to buy a barrel of beer in order to set up again. In my way to the town to buy beer, I met with bad company at the fort. Strangers I knew not were playing a game called the Tailor's Invention, at which I ventured thinking to gain something, but alas, I lost my 8 crowns. I was taken then worse than ever. I stood amazed, not knowing what to do. At last I fell upon the fellow who got the money and took 60 crowns from him. Then he called for his companions. They were 7 in number. All fell upon me with their swords. I drew my spadroon in my own defense with a stick in my left hand. I resolved to die rather than part with the crowns. Oh, how by the standard's lot to see the battle. Sword broken, legs and arm cut, and 5 of them so wounded that they could not do no more. The other 2 engaged me pretty hard, but I made a retreat until I got back to my camp and came to my good wife, who asked me for the barrel of beer, calling me rogue and 100 worse names, saying, "You have drunk the money." I desired her to call for a surgeon. When he came, he dressed my wounds, and I got in the skirmish. I took a hearty bottle with the surgeon and my wife. She scolded me. I went and paid my captain his 8 crowns and told him what market I had made. I gave my wife 30 crowns. What remained, I went and bought clothes for myself, and she did the same. So in this, we kind of learn that McBain is not the nicest, but he did fight against 7 people in a bar and defeated 5 and made it away from 2. So the way I set up this is that our McBain has a single stick and a cane. The other 7 just have a one-handed weapon, and to make this fun and interesting, I made it in an enclosed space, which we didn't stay in all the time. Honestly, it's kind of hard to wrangle them in. But our McBain, on honesty, can only be hit twice. And in order for McBain to win, he can either hit all the other 7 once, he can hit 5 of them, and then wait 30 seconds in order to run away. So this was a fun experiment. I really love doing it. Hope you have a fun time watching, and see you next time.
Are you ready? Go! Four. Was that all? No, he's good. Nice job, Tyler. McBain challenge over already. All right.
I know I got hit on.
Who wants to switch in? Switch weapon.
Cut at him and whack myself.
You have to hit him twice. That's all.
My job is to catch his sword with my hand. I literally just whacked him.
All right. Are we ready? Go. Boundaries.
Get back in the box.
I think he got hit twice.
Hit on the arm, hit on the knee for sure.
And then you lost. Awesome. You lost. Switch. Supposed to be quick from then.
I'm not judging you. I was just looking at you.
All right. Remember the box.
Dropping the stick I made.
Ready. Go.
Nice.
Two. And we're done. Next. Huh? Go. Aggress forward to one direction. Ready! Go!
I got my head in.
Does the cane count?
In the box. In the box. Poke him in the box. One more. Ow. Almost made it. You had 5 seconds left.
I don't want to go back in the box.
That's a Monty Python one.
Second turn.
Don't be such a baby.
You want to hit 7? All right. Ready? Go. Box, box.
McBain is dead.
McBain is dead.
Thank goodness. Finally, McBain is dead. He keeps killing him.
All right. The 7. Back up to that blue line. I will now penalize McBain's for leaving the box. Ready? Go! Box.
Box!
Oh, got him.
Box!
Box. Box. That's 2. Horrible footage. Ray Andre? Give me them tips.
Hey, illegal coaching.
You're not a ref. Warning for everyone staff. Warning for looking at the wrong way.
7, back up to that line. Ready? Then. That's 2. Another. Who wants to go? Who has not gone?
Everyone's going,
Who
sir.
has gone?
Craig.
Hey, Craig!
Craig is McBain.
We can continue after this, or we can go to open sparring. I don't really care. Are we ready?
Go, my money.
Fence.